Nasha juga adalah kakak kepada seseorang individu neurodivergent, iaitu Naim.
So I always thought that as a daughter who is normal, I had to be extra careful.
If I may quote you, Nasha, you said I had to be the third parent. Third parent ni a lot. Maknanya memang you also a caregiver, right? Hello, Assalamualaikum. Apa khabar semua? It's kita family again. Dan pada hari ni kami akan merakamkan episod yang ke-71. Ya. 71. Wow. I remember before when Desiree made that mistake half the episodes back and already declared kita dah episod 70. Now kita dah betul-betul 70 dan 71. Okay.
That was manifesting, you know.
Huh?
That was manifesting.
Untuk memastikan kita sampai ke hari ni. Okay. Kita alhamdulillah. Yes.
Dan untuk memastikan kita ada tetamu juga.
Betul. Ya, hari ni kita alhamdulillah kita insyaAllah akan mengadakan satu perbincangan dengan tetamu kita yang khas. Kerana kita di kita family memang bersama-sama untuk kita bincangkan perihal yang berkaitan dengan komuniti kita kan. Maknanya tetamu kita pun bersama-sama dengan kita. Kita di sini suka membincangkan perkara yang berkaitan dengan makna serta kepentingan untuk hidup masyarakat. Kita memang menghargai perbezaan sesama kita. Perbezaan dari segi kaum, agama, bangsa dan sudah tentu kepelbagaian dari segi keupayaan. Ya, kita memang meraihkan semua kepelbagaian ini dan ingin memastikan bahawa hidup kita ni adalah hidup yang inklusif, yang mengambil kira kepentingan segenap lapisan masyarakat, terutama mereka yang berkelainan atau kurang upaya. So, dalam konteks ini di kita family, tetamu kita juga seperti tetamu-tetamu sebelum ini akan bersama-sama dengan kita dan hari ini tak tahulah, mungkin saya dengan Anit, kami berdua mungkin extra happy, excited dan mungkin agak emosi juga.
Yeah, definitely. Because
I think so.
Kepada
and
saya,
on this topic today, sebab kita akan membincangkan kisah adik-beradik, kekeluargaan dan perhubungan antara adik-beradik, especially individu neurodivergent. I think maybe I'll pass it to you, Anit. I'm already starting to get a little bit emotional. Maybe you straight away introduce our lovely guest.
Okay, bersama kami adalah Puan Nasha Rahim. Nasha adalah tax consultant. Hebat ya. Sebab kalau LHDN datang cari, dia adalah orang yang dapat
membantu
dan menyelamatkan sesiapa daripada...
Oh my God, take that back. No. Dia kerjasama dengan orang tu supaya orang LHDN tak akan datang lah mengganggu dan cari kita. Bukan lepas ada masalah baru dia akan menyelamatkan. Sorry. We're not trying to misrepresent that you are going to rescue people from LHDN.
She will rescue you from any potential visits daripada
That's right.
LHDN. Yeah,
okay, but that's not why we're excited.
No, that's not
why we're excited about. We're not talking about taxes today. Minta maaf ya, kita bukan cakap hari ni pasal buat cukai sebenarnya. Cepatlah, introduce lah. I know. Okay.
I tahu. Okay. Bulan membayar cukai.
Overly excited.
Ya, bulan membayar cukai telah habis. So, okay. So, actually I wanted to say something about her because lepas ini Nasha juga adalah kakak kepada seseorang individu neurodivergent, iaitu Naim. Dan dia juga adalah anak kepada Kak Feilina yang menjadi mentor kepada Nori dan saya. Dan oleh itu, it was a no-brainer. Kalau kita nak cakap pasal siblings ni, Nasha yang paling tua. Nasha yang paling mempunyai pengalaman yang mendalam dalam growing up with a sibling. So that's why lah kita tarik Nasha. But actually dia berkelayakan juga ya. So that's
Yeah, no, actually you're right, Anit, because I also always get introduced by my anak so and so, bini so and so, all this. So yeah, so Nasha, tax consultant, and also happens to be anak so and so dan sister so and so.
That's
But
right.
no, we're really
And a wife and a soon to be mother.
Yes, no, but we're really really happy because I don't know. Did Ibu ever tell you that we told her she has to be our first guest? Actually, yeah, she
wow.
was supposed to be kita family's first guest.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think she would have loved to be here.
She said
actually.
yes.
She said yes.
She
She was
said yes.
already.
Kita yang belum ready untuk have guests yet because kita, I mean, look at how episode 71 kelam kabut and whatever anyway between us. But no, we really miss her so much. And we're really so happy that you're here. Terima kasih ya. Thank you for being
I'm
with
honored
us.
to be here. Thank you for inviting me. Aunties.
Yeah, today we're aunties. Okay. Auntie Anit, Auntie Nori, Auntie Desiree, Auntie SK dengan Auntie Didi tak ada lagi ni. Kita
tak apa.
saja di studio. Mewakililah the rest of kita family. Thank you for accepting our invitation.
Thank you for having me. Thank you. I'm happy to be here. I'm excited to share.
Okay, cool.
Okay, cool.
Okay, we're going to start right away.
Yeah, sure.
I think we want you to tell us a little bit more about you. Just talk about like sort of who you are maybe.
Okay.
Because you are Melayu, but you went to sekolah Cina. And then it's just the both of you. So I think if you can kind of bring it back towards the role of being, I suppose, the sibling role and the daughter. And,
Yeah.
we start off a little bit, but please tell us about yourself. And I suppose that context why we want to ask is that adakah siapa diri Nasha hari ini dan cara Nasha membesar dalam keluarga Nasha, all these kind of things. Who you are today. Adakah peranan-peranan yang macam kita telah sebut ni, termasuk tax consultant, dipengaruhi oleh kehidupan seharian keluarga lah, di mana Naim ada sebahagian daripada keluarga dan Naim adalah seorang yang tidak typical. Yeah, but tell us about Nasha first.
Okay, sure. Hi, my name is Nasha. Anit. I've known Auntie Nori and Auntie Anit for a while now, especially since my mom has been advocating alongside with them. And I'm 30 this year. I'm soon to be a mom. And yes, as you said earlier, I'm a tax consultant. But I think I'm okay to introduce myself this way, and I'm very proud to be Naim's sister. So yes, you did mention that I went to Chinese school. Yeah, I went to Chinese school from Standard 1 until Form 5. And it was a difficult experience, but always an experience that I treasure.
Okay.
Because I think I was very lucky that even though I was the minority in my school, but everybody treated me normally, even though I was the only Malay in my class at some points. But my friends were always very curious with my culture, and I'm always curious with their culture, and it's always a very nice exchange, and there was no animosity. It was very inclusive, and my teachers were always encouraging me, even though sometimes I struggle with the Chinese language because I don't speak it at home.
Yeah.
But it's always been a very good environment that I grew up in. So I think it was definitely a difficult journey.
Okay.
In Chinese school, but I think that it actually shaped me who I am today.
Was it difficult because of the academics, or was it difficult because you were the one young, different?
Academics, honestly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
At some point, I think it didn't really matter whether I was a Malay or you could be a person whose mother tongue is Chinese, but the academics were quite difficult.
Okay.
Homework is always.
But is that why you're good at maths and you can do taxes?
maybe. I wouldn't know, but yeah, I think that's what made me very interested in math, because they're very focused in those kind of subjects.
But you're also musically inclined, Nasha.
Yes. I'm also part of a band. I play in a band with my father, and I play the keyboards, and then I sing as well. And I think that's how I de-stress from work and from life. It's a good I would say it's a good segue in my life as well, because I was also part of musicals when I grew up, and my mom will always bring me to singing classes, dance classes, acting classes. So
Swimming, not really.
Not really. Yeah, even though my mom was a national swimmer, but I was never really pressured into doing things that she had to do, like swimming, or she had to. She was actually a professional violinist as well, and I wasn't forced to do something classically inclined or classically trained. So one thing about my parents is they really allowed me to express myself and who I really want to be in my own way.
Okay.
Yeah. And part of it was when I was growing up with Naim, they never really stopped me from doing what I wanted to do. I could still pursue my dreams. I could still, go out with my friends, and there was nothing, they weren't really stopping me from doing anything that I really wanted. And that's what I'm always grateful for. Yeah.
Okay, so when you were growing up, when did you realize Naim was different? You kakak,
Yeah. Honestly, I didn't really notice him being very different, because I thought that was how all boys were at some point, because Naim is 2 years younger than me. So when I really noticed something was a bit different was maybe when I was 6 years old. And at time Naim was 4. And whenever I tried to communicate with Naim, he won't give me eye contact. He would, he would just run around. He would throw tantrums, and sometimes I wonder, is it because maybe he's being naughty, or is it because he's a bit different? So I did notice that when I was a bit older, like maybe I was 6. So that was also around the same time that Naim was diagnosed with autism, and my mom actually sat me down and explained to me that Naim is different than other kids. And
Right at the diagnosis.
Yeah. She was very open and honest about his diagnosis. And even though I didn't really understand what autism was, but I knew that things are going to be a bit different. So Ibu
we're going to own this word now.
Yeah.
And we're not going to shy away from it.
Yeah.
And this is our word now.
Yeah, it's gonna be family gatherings will be a bit different, holidays will be different, and even normal things like going for a meal to a restaurant. It could be very different, because sometimes Naim would throw like unexpected tantrums, and people will start looking, people will start giving those apprehensive looks, and got a bit anxious around someone like Naim. So that got me a bit. Yeah, it was quite stressful at times, but I think we managed it pretty well as a family. And I was always taught to just, be there for Naim when Naim is having those tantrums, and having to be a bit more understanding, I guess. So I guess that's what I've always been taught to do. Be a bit more open and a bit more understanding on Naim's situation. And that has I think that has shaped me to who I am today, where I just accept people the way they are. I don't really judge them, because I think they may be going through something that we don't know, So I think that was when I grew up with someone like Naim. That's how shaped me who I am today lah. Yeah.
Okay, but he adores you. So anything,
I know that.
anything you say, he just takes it, right? Any instruction from you, and you just need to say it once. And
I think
how did you build that?
I think that goes to the next topic is like, what's my role as his sister, right? So I wasn't only his sister. I think sometimes I was his third parent. Sometimes when my mom and dad were overwhelmed with taking care of Naim, I was always the cheerleader. I was always there to calm him down, because I also knew how to make sure that he's feeling better, or he needs water, or he needs to play. Because actually Naim is the type of person who plays with water to calm down. So I'll play water with him. I'll sing him songs, to make sure that he's happy. So yeah, I think that my role wasn't only just being a sister. I was actually being a third parent. Yeah.
So
And-
how did that make you feel? Because perbezaan umur ni cuma 2 tahun, right?
Yeah.
And by that time, let's say this diagnosis, you were barely in primary school, right? If it was
Yeah.
at about 6, 7, that's about the time that happened, you found out.
That's right.
And then, diberitahu diagnosis Naim memang secara terus terang oleh ibu. I mean, tell us, was that, did you feel like kind of proud that they can kind of rely on you? But there must have been some difficult moments.
Yeah, of course. I think I don't want to say that I was happy all the time. So there were times when I was frustrated, I was feeling confused, guilty as to like, why is my brother like this? And sorry.
That's
It's okay.
okay. We got you here if you need a hand.
Okay. How did it make me feel? Sometimes I had to learn to be a grown up even when I was a kid. I had to make sure that I was always the understanding one, and that I couldn't complain because Naim is the way he is, and there just wasn't anything that I could do to make things better except to, just navigate through what Naim was going through when he was growing up. Because I think for me, seeing my parents struggle to go to multiple doctors and therapists, that made me feel quite sad for them as well. So I always thought that as a daughter who is normal, I had to be extra careful, and I had to be the good one, like the one that doesn't make mistakes, the one that doesn't get into trouble, because they were so busy with Naim, and I didn't want to
Add on
add
to
on to the
anything.
burden. Yeah.
Did they say that that's what you were supposed to
No,
do?
I think it was just an unconscious pressure that I put on myself. And I think that's something that not a lot of neurodivergent siblings talk about. I think it's something that it's not really addressed, because people always talk about empowering parents of neurodivergent children, but sometimes the siblings, they are just there, and there's no support for siblings with siblings of neurodivergent individuals. Yeah. So I think it's something that needs to be talked about more.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you have any friends who had siblings who are neurodivergent at
Yeah, I
all?
had one or two friends.
Similar situation to you?
Similar situations, and I think that really helped me. That's why I always say that we should have our own support group.
Yeah.
Did you guys kind of do that for each other?
Not really, because I think at the same time, everybody's sibling was different, right? So yes, they were autistic, or they were part of the part of the spectrum, but some of them are high functioning. Some of them are verbal, and for Naim, Naim
level
is
1,
not,
level
yes.
2, and whereas Naim has significant
sometimes-
support needs at level 3.
Exactly. So sometimes the support is very different, because what Naim went through is different than what my friend's brother went through, and sometimes when my friend's brother goes for therapy, he comes back so much better. But when Naim, it takes a longer time because Naim is a different different level, right?
Mm.
So yeah, sometimes it felt nice to relate to someone, but at the same time,
Tak sama pun.
tak sama pun, you know, it's like a bit different. So I guess for me, maybe having a bigger community or a bigger support group would have helped me at that time.
Mhm.
It will still help me now actually if somebody would want to have a support group. Maybe I can start it.
Yes, maybe you can.
But yeah. So I but you know, even when I'm feeling all of this, I think my family has been it's a big support system for me and Naim. Even though my mom and dad were busy with Naim, I could still, you know, go to my auntie's house, my uncle's house. I mean, I was staying with my grandparents, so everybody still showed me the love that I deserved, and I always felt it. Yeah.
Right.
And you also, well, from my observation, and I'm not like somebody who's known you that long, you've always tried so hard to include Naim. And
Yeah.
was that a conscious effort?
I mean, to me, I've always had very strong family values, and that one of it is to not leave anyone behind. And so that's why if I have birthday dinners, I always bring Naim around. And even though now because my mom has passed, so sometimes when it's like my grandma's birthday, then even though it's my mom's family, like my mom's side of the family, but I always ask my dad to come and bring my brother. So it's I think it's brought us much closer together, and it is a conscious effort, but it's not that difficult for me. Yeah, I think it's very natural.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Naim likes being around you guys.
Oh yeah. He loves his family. I think we are his comfort zone, and especially if it's a new environment, let's say we go to a new restaurant, as long as he's with people that he is comfortable with, he's okay with it now. Yeah. Last time it used to be difficult because he used to be a bit more apprehensive with new environments, loud noises, but now he's much better. Yeah, I think he has matured in his own way.
And like you and your mom, is he a foodie?
Oh, he eats a lot, but very specific types of food. I think I don't know if you've experienced this before, but whenever Naim tries something new, it's always a huge deal. Like I remember,
we're so excited.
he's so excited, right?
Yeah.
So when he was 20, he ate his first pizza slice, and
It
we
was
were
like-
so
It was like celebration.
we were like taking pictures and taking videos. Like, oh my gosh, Naim's eating pizza for the very first time, and it was such a big deal. And
No, it is. Celebrate all those things. Yeah, memang excited sangat-sangat. Betul.
But yeah. So I'm glad that my family also celebrate these little wins together. Yeah.
Okay.
Wow, that's so many different layers of everything, kan?
Yes. I'm sorry, I'm not following the structure of the podcast.
No, that's not. It's a
I'm
conversation.
going everywhere.
No, it's a conversation.
Okay,
It's a
okay.
conversation. I think we just kind of wanted, before we've come together, just give you an indication of the kind of things we want to talk about.
Yep.
Tapi it should be free flowing lah.
Okay.
You can ask questions of Auntie Anit and me also if you like.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
because we're
sure,
having a
sure.
conversation. And of course, primarily memang kita yang nak, tanyakanlah, tentang situasi-situasi tertentu dengan Nasha and things like that. Can you share with us maybe a memory that is, I don't know, something that has been really meaningful for you, that you think that other families wouldn't have necessarily experienced this, right? Because your brother is different. There's you, there's your role, and there's so many different things. But is there a memory that you think was a very big impact to you in some ways? Is there something you'd like to maybe kind of share with us?
This could be very minor for a lot of people, but there was a moment in time when MBO Cinemas opened a kid-friendly cinema in Starling Mall.
Yeah.
And we actually brought Naim to watch Lion King for the very first time in his life. And I thought that was a big milestone. We brought him to watch Lion King, the action movie, I think back in 2022 or 2023. And it was a huge deal. It was me and my mom, and we bought popcorn. It was something that we've never done before with Naim. So every time I watch a movie, it's always with my mom or with my dad. With my mom or with my dad, because one of them will always have to take care of Naim, right? But there was this one time when that cinema opened up, and it was amazing. I think that was one of my core memories.
Sebab ada play area and all this, right?
And the thing is, because the kids are also playing, so it's not like 100% quiet. You know, it wasn't a very quiet cinema.
No, not at all. You just don't go there for the quiet, obviously.
Yeah, obviously. But Naim really enjoyed the movie because he loves Lion King. And the moment the Circle of Life was the opening scene, right? Wow, he was so excited. And I think I remember my mom and I cried.
So big. Like it felt like macam achievement lah kan?
Yeah.
So that was a big cinema moment.
Yeah.
Okay. So what about like, I mean, you talked about holidays being different. How were they different?
Yeah.
Holidays were different because, okay, so for my family, it was always a beach holiday.
Okay.
Because Naim loves water. So it was different because we were on the beach like from morning until evening. We didn't really go out from the hotel. We were just there because Naim continuously played with the sand and he loved the sea, and it was different only because of people looking at us, honestly. Yeah. Because Naim, even though he's not throwing tantrums, but he can be very loud sometimes. And he can be
he's a tall guy too.
He's a tall guy.
Yeah.
And
you notice him.
Yeah, he was 14 years old, and he was already 2 heads above me. So it was very obvious when he was jumping around the beach or at the pool. So yeah, sometimes you do get people asking what's wrong with him, and we'll just happily explain, and usually most of the time they will leave us alone. But yeah, family holidays were different only because we only go for beach holidays. We've never gone to it's not easy for us to go to like Europe because it'll be a longer flight. Yeah. So it's just like that. It's not very significant, but yeah.
Okay, so coming back to your Ibu, okay, she was like a huge role model for so many of us. You know, she was a national figure. She was known for so much of her advocacy work. But tell us a bit more about her as a mum.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because you know
her mum to you.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Ibu was she was a very cool mom. Yeah, to put it bluntly, she was a very cool mom, and she will always encourage me to pursue my dreams, because she had very big dreams of her own, and she never once stopped me from doing anything that I wanted. Like I wanted to go for dance class, and she would just bring me to dance class. I wanted to learn the piano, and then she would bring me to play the piano. You know, so it was never a dull moment with her. Because she was, okay, even though she was the one that encouraged me to go to Chinese school, but ultimately, when I went to high school, it was my decision to continue
to stay
learning Chinese. And she was more than happy to bring me to to a Chinese girls' school, you know. So I think my mom was, she was such a compassionate person, and she's very she's very bubbly and very positive about everything in life. And
so that rubbed on?
I hope so. Oh my gosh, keep crying. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. Let's give all of us a little break. How about we do our little break now?
That'd be great. Yeah? Thank you so much.
Okay, we're going to be back. Hai, kita kembali dengan episod 71 dan kami di sini bersama Nasha. Yeah, so we have been talking about Nasha has been talking about the role of being a sibling to her young autistic brother younger brother Naim, and that is essentially what we're talking about today. Family roles, especially what it's like for the siblings. Kan seperti Nasha sendiri yang dah sebut tadi, kita memang tekankan peranan ibu bapa. Right? Ibu bapa ni memang penjaga utama. Ibu bapa lah yang kita sebut yang terpaksa memainkan bermacam jenis watak memegang tanggungjawab and things like that. Dan oleh sebab itu memerlukan sokongan juga. But we don't always talk about the adik-beradik. We don't talk about how they need support too. I think if I may quote you, Nasha, you said I had to be the third parent. Third parent ni a lot. Maknanya memang you were also a caregiver lah, right?
Yeah.
So that's a big one. And so now I think Anit, you had a big question. We're going to delve a little bit more into roles within their family. Why don't you go with that? And
okay, so losing your ibu has been a big loss, but how has that impacted the family structure? Speaking as a third parent, because at that point you had already set up home, dah kahwin, and so Naim was already ada pangkat lah, brother-in-law, right? But then you both dealt with a loss of a parent and someone who was very important in both your lives. Now, walk us through that. If you can. If you can.
I think
Sure.
it's good to be prepared.
I think it is the toughest season of all of our lives. My brothers, my rest of my family as well. I think losing someone that was so hopeful and so cheerful all the time, always so purposeful in life, it was very, very difficult. And especially what big of a role that Ibu was playing in Naim's life. And I think one thing we had to be grateful for is when my mom got sick, is that my dad took up most of the responsibility to take care of Naim. So Naim was Naim was getting used to staying with my dad permanently, and I think that has eased the transition from when my mom was around and now no longer around. And I think the dynamics of our family has changed a little bit, yes, because I don't live with Naim anymore. But we make it work. And I think in some ways it has brought our family much closer together. I see my grandma and my dad more often because we have to navigate to taking care of Naim. We take turns to take care of Naim because all of us still have lives to live and we still have work to do, and we have been navigating this quite well, if I may say. And Naim has been so good. He even though like sometimes there is a change in routines, and usually he'll freak out or he'll have like a tantrum, but he's been very good. So at times when he had to stay with my grandma for one night or 2 nights because my dad had to go outstation to work, and then I was busy with work as well, he was okay with it. So we of course we were also apprehensive, like we don't know how Naim would react. But so far it's been about a year now, and it's been okay. And the roles have changed in a way that whenever Naim stays with me, I had to become the primary caregiver lah. So and my husband is also very helpful with that as well. My brother is also getting used to living with my husband, so it's been a good learning curve for all of us. And
how old is he now?
Naim is 29. Yeah, he's turning 30 next year. Can't believe it.
Yeah, and he's going to be an uncle.
Yes, he's going to be an uncle.
Does he know?
Are you preparing him?
Are you preparing him?
Yes. I mean, I do let him touch my tummy sometimes, but I don't know whether he understands the concept of pregnancy until the baby comes out. Yeah. So speaking of that, actually, I also want to touch upon that. I think my brother also doesn't really understand the concept of death. So sometimes I don't know whether he understands that Ibu is no longer around. He would still, whenever he comes over to my house, he would still open the doors to look for her. And after a while, he realized, oh, Ibu's not here. Okay. So then he would just go on about his day. And so we actually don't really know whether
How much he understands
the concept of death. And sometimes it's even hard for me to grasp the concept of death.
Yes.
So what more, someone like Naim. And so that's something we just have to navigate through. We bring Naim to see Ibu's grave, and he would just stare into the ground, and we just explain to him. We just have to say, Ibu is here. Say a prayer for her, but he doesn't really react that much. So we don't know. But in terms of him continuing his day-to-day life, it's okay.
It's okay.
It's been okay.
Yeah.
Thankfully.
I think, Alhamdulillah. I think maybe just to mention for the audience that your parents got divorced sometime
yes,
back. Kan?
yes,
So that's why it is. It's really, mashallah, it's been really great that everybody has come together. Yeah, not just for Naim, but for each other. Right?
Yeah,
I think
for
all
each
of
other.
you are missing Feilina Feisol.
Yeah.
The very large presence in so many ways because of the big personality that she was juga kan.
Yeah.
And
We still miss her.
Yes, and you're figuring it out, right? How to continue to still want
We
to
have
spend
to.
time with each other.
We have to. Yeah. At the end of the day, I mean, even though my mom is no longer around, but we're all still living, we still have to continue to take care of Naim.
Did she try to prepare you, or she didn't prepare for her own thing because she thought she was going to continue to live?
Yeah. My mom is a very, very, very positive person, so she...
Stubborn also.
And stubborn.
Stubborn
yes,
juga.
Yes. So...
Stubborn also. Maaf ya Kak Feilina. No, because she was saying, she was just like, no, I cannot afford to die. It was like that.
Yeah.
Alahai.
Yeah. She always said, cancer I will never succumb to cancer, So, she did prepare my dad. In a way that she, even though they are divorced, but they were still friends.
Yes.
And she will always tell him, you should stop smoking. What if one day you collapse and then you're taking care of Naim? What's going to happen? So she actually really scared my dad to stop smoking. So my dad has stopped. Yeah. So my dad has stopped smoking. My dad has gone to see a cardio surgeon to get his proper medicine for his heart. So I think Ibu has changed Bapa a lot as well. In terms of how he takes care of Naim. It's amazing. It's amazing. So I think whatever it is, Ibu has prepped my father to take care of Naim forever. Yeah. For me, I think I've been prepped my whole life. Yeah, I think there's always a time she will always tell me, okay, what if Ibu and Papa are no longer around? You have to take care of Naim. So I was always taught to take care of Naim in the future.
Are you okay with that?
Of course. Yeah, I'm okay with that. It will be a challenge now that I'm expecting.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll make it work.
I think you will.
I'm sure you will.
Yeah.
I think you will.
I mean, I have amazing support system like the both of you.
Yeah.
So
I think when the kiddie comes along, inshallah, this wonderful new edition, putting it out here publicly, yeah?
Yes.
Can you don't be shy about the asking for some help?
Okay, I will.
Yeah, we don't know what that's going to look like, but I think, it's okay. And I think you should.
If Auntie Anit or Auntie Nori just need to come with a marble cake and have tea with you, we will.
That would be lovely.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Or I don't know. Something, right? look after you if it's not the baby, or I don't know what it is, or look after the baby. We've had 3 babies each. So I don't know. We will figure it out. Somehow. I think you're gonna be okay. But I think it matters that she said that it's gonna be hard, right?
Yeah.
I think you have to know that's what it is.
Yeah.
And you're not gonna say that, oh yeah, of course everything's gonna be fine. And, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be up and down.
Easy. Yeah.
It's gonna be up and down. Tapi
down.
I think ni pun menunjukkan kita punya, kalau yelah cara keluarga kan, kalau di Malaysia ataupun maybe kalau kita memikirkan, maybe this is also what we do based on our culture and our religion. We're there for families. I know I've told my boys, I said, you have to look after each other. And I said, I really hope that Timo will also look after you one day. We don't know, right? At the moment though, looks like you might be able, have to kind of look after him. But I want you guys to be there for each other.
Yeah.
Not that you have to be completely responsible for everything, but families look after each other. That's what we do. And that's I think it's quite hard. I've had a discussion with a friend who's like, I don't even know whether you should have been saying that. Saying to me that it's a bit unfair to just like put that onto, your other children or siblings or whatever. But I don't know necessarily that it's putting like a burden on them tau. I think that, human beings are not designed to be alone. We are together. And the purpose of family is to look after each other.
That's right.
I hope that I can help leave behind something or set something up. And we still need to do this continuation of the tribute episode that we did for your mom, where we talked about what happens when we're gone. I hope that I set it up so that not all the big responsibility in every way, whether it's a support system or financial or whatever, has to fall on the adik-beradik.
Yeah.
I think that is, if we can do something about it while we're still around, we should. Because I think it's also, after saying everything that I said about family values, I don't think it's fair to accept that, 100% you are going to do what Ibu used to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly. And you can't actually. You can't.
Yeah.
Like, it's like your grandparents, or like, your grandma is your extended family, your dad, you and Josh, now all of you stepping in what maybe Ibu used to do alone. So it's memang impossible pun.
Yeah.
Right? Itu satu. But there has to be some prep, so that even if you say, look after each other, tengok-tengokkanlah dia or whatever, it's not supposed to feel like a burden. It should feel like, okay, yes, this is what I'm going to do, and we're going to care for each other.
Yeah.
I'll take on this role, but not to resent it, right?
Yeah, I mean, of course, it's normal for siblings to feel that burden to take care of,
and that is the word, right? The word burden. You feel that the word is burden sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes. And honestly, it's okay to feel that way. I think it's a very normal feeling to have, and it's not just taking care of someone else. You also have to think about it financially as well, because you like, for me, I'm starting a new family.
Yes.
And I have to think about how to navigate through taking care of my child and taking care of my brother in the future,
Yeah.
So it's a very difficult situation to be in, but it's something that I have to prep for. Yeah. And I think that also stems into what kind of support that we can get for neurodivergent individuals, because at the moment I think there's not much support provided for
adults with high support needs.
That's right.
Yeah.
So I think I'm sure all of you know that Ibu had this lifelong dream of having an autism farm or something that could could path meaningful pathways for adulthood, because nowadays, yes, there's a lot of early intervention programs around, but there's not really a lot for the adult autistic adults, in other words. And I think this lifelong support should be provided
Yes.
in one way or another.
Yeah.
Because what happens when I'm not around? What if something happens to me? Who's going to take care of
Yeah.
Naim?
Yes.
So that's always
What
a
if
worry.
Naim lagi panjang umur kan?
Exactly. So that's always a worry that I have, and honestly, I don't have a solution now. I don't have a solution right now. Yeah.
Yeah, because you're still working on the first plan, which is
Exactly.
what you're going to do with
Yeah.
an additional family member joining you juga kan?
Correct. So,
Okay.
I think that there are many early intervention programs around in Malaysia, but I don't think there's a lot of programs for autistic adults, especially pathways for meaningful adulthood. Something that maybe can bring them be more inclusive in the society. I don't see a lot of that happening. So
For people with higher support needs, that's cool.
yes, that's right. So I always feel that they should have more lifelong support programs out there,
Mhm.
because I always worry what will happen to Naim when I'm not around, and when what happens when all of my peers are also not around, and Naim is
Kalau dia panjang umur.
yeah, if Naim's still
yes.
around, and I don't know what's gonna happen, and that's something that it keeps me up at night sometimes. Yeah.
Yeah, so it actually keeps the sibling up at night as
Night,
well. So
yeah.
we have talked about, at KFan, we're like, the things that like keep us parents up at night. And I think it's important to know that, anak you yang lain ni yang menjadi abang, kakak, adik kepada, individu neurodivergent atau yang OKU yang memerlukan sokongan yang lebih, sebenarnya mereka pun memikirkan benda yang sama. Yeah. So it's true, right? Therefore, there should also, when we talk about programs, there should be support for the siblings also.
Yeah, for sure. I think having workshops to navigate siblings' emotions and feelings is also important. Of course, earlier I mentioned about support groups, right? But having counseling, therapy, workshops to to have these sort of conversations, because I don't really, besides talking to my mom's friends, I don't really have any of my peers that I can talk to who can relate to me. So having a like a channel or a communication to be this open, I think it would be very, very helpful. Or even for me as a 31-year-old, I think it will be very helpful for even teenagers who are going through the same thing, that having the extra responsibility to take care of a neurodivergent sibling.
Yeah, and you're not going to grow out of it, right?
Yeah.
They're not going to grow out of it. You're not going to stop
Exactly.
being their kakak, abang, adik, all this,
yeah.
right? Yeah.
So I think it's very important to have that community. Yeah, which is hard to find now.
Okay, so since that community is perhaps not there, and tak semua orang yang ada this kind of support, yang pun tak ada, sahabat ke rakan-rakan yang lain, there's no community for them as such. Maybe you have some advice or some tips, something you want to say to the other siblings out there. Have a think about it, and if you can share with us lah. Maybe one is like a bit more like a nasihat, and one more is more like just something that you want to share from your experience.
Oh, a survival tip.
Oh, okay.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I think-
Yeah. Okay. That's a couple of things already. What would you say to some siblings that might be listening now, or to families who are like, oh, okay, now I need to convey this to the people in the same position?
I think firstly is you're not alone, and take it one step at a time. And it's very okay to not be okay. I think we are as a sibling. I think we're always taught to be the understanding one, be the one that doesn't cause problems. Because you already have a sibling that needs more support. I think sometimes you just need to take care of yourself first before you can take care of others. You can't pour from an empty cup. Yeah, and I think it's very important for you to address those feelings. And it's very, very normal to feel that way, that confusion, that guilt, that am I doing enough for my family? Am I doing enough for my sibling? I think it's very normal to feel that way. And
including the anger and the frustration.
Like or even simple things that like because of course my family was very open to me being myself, but I've heard some people, they can't pursue their dreams because it might not be in line with their family values of taking care of the sibling, if they wanted to go overseas to study, but they couldn't because they have to stay back. Like the kind of sacrifices. Yeah. So to me, I feel please pursue your own dreams without guilt. I think it's very okay to do that. And you have to be yourself as well. You're not just your sibling's sister, or you're not just a brother, you're not just a sister. Yeah. I think that's one advice that I could give. Survival tip? To me, growing up, I always had I always have a lot of friends, and I'm always sharing about Naim. I'm always sharing Naim's behavior and how it's like to live with my brother, and it made me feel better because I felt like I was heard. I was being acknowledged, but at the same time, I felt a bit like nobody could relate to me. So there are two things to look at lah. One, the first thing is survival tip is to always vent out your feelings and not keep it in. But another side of things is that I wish I had a support group that I could speak openly about it and people would understand me immediately. Yeah, that's I think that's a survival tip and a survival solution, a suggestion.
That was actually why your mother was so important to us. Yeah. We were that with each other. So that is so hard. That really, really sucks. Can I say it really sucks that you didn't have, if you don't have, even like maybe until today, but yeah.
But can I just say, I watched your friends around Naim at your Malam Inai. And they included him like they knew him forever. So all that talking that you did obviously made a big difference.
Yeah. because even though Naim was autistic and he would cause a ruckus at home, but my family was very open to having my friends over for sleepovers and
just say, well, this is just what it is. This is our house.
It's just what it is. Yeah. Naim will be running around, and sometimes he will be throwing tantrums, and my friends would just stand at the side, but they will always say, is there anything I can do to help? But I said, no, it's okay. Just leave him be. Just let him vent out his frustrations and he'll be fine. And usually that's most of the time. That's most of the cases. So a lot of my best friends actually know how Naim is like, because they actually experienced it with Naim, So
they became additional kakaks to Naim?
Yeah, they did. Yeah. Shout out.
Shout out to your friends.
To my friends, yeah.
Well done, people.
And they were very understanding. And I mean, if they were not understanding, I wouldn't be their friends lah.
Yeah, of course.
You can cut it out, but it's okay. Yeah. but yeah, I was very, very fortunate to have friends like them to accept Naim the way he is. Yeah.
So this is what I want to point out. You were saying that, this created this wonderful, people who are more aware and additional support for Naim. But I think your point today is that there definitely was a very big conscious effort to make the world a better place for Naim and for him to feel heard and included and belong. You are trying to say though today that there should be a little bit more effort so that siblings can feel that same way too, right?
Yes.
Yeah. See? Pointing my finger at Anit over there. Clearly, like
Yeah,
they've
I
done
agree.
that. It's just that, maybe didn't take that time to be able to do that for yourself or for each other. So sekarang ni message kita untuk episod ni adalah supaya adalah juga sistem sokongan, adalah juga, bantuan atau yalah community dan masyarakat ni memang untuk adik-beradik jugalah. Not just for parents. I mean, I'm sitting here and I sitting looking at each other and nodding. We're like, oh my God, she's saying everything that is needed is basically what we ask for
Absolutely.
parents lah.
Absolutely.
So it's the whole family, kan? The whole family needs it. The person themselves needs that extra support, but all the people who are caring for them need it too. So that kindness, compassion, the inclusivity is memang untuk semua lah.
Yeah.
That's what we're hoping, right? That everybody will embrace everybody's needs, and that's why the world needs to be, kinder and more compassionate.
I have just one question. When you were the third parent, you knew what the therapy Naim went through. How did that assist? I mean, yeah. I mean,
Okay.
not many siblings go along, whereas you could tell, like, you specifically spoke about, with other friends, the therapy worked faster. With Naim, it was slower. Okay.
Yeah, I think it's because my mom my mom had me very much involved in Naim's speech therapies, behavior therapies, so that I could also learn how to support
Yeah.
Naim and support Ibu and Bapa, actually support my parents.
Yeah.
And I think that was very helpful for me. So whenever I go for speech therapies with Naim, at least I know, that is how they are teaching Naim how to say the word apple or say the word boy, so that maybe at home I could practice with him as well, because that's what my parents had to do.
Right.
Because, therapies are very expensive and we cannot, it wasn't as affordable as it is now. And this was 15 years ago.
It's
so
still
it was,
not affordable now,
is it?
sayang. Yeah. So it's a lot. Yes,
it's a lot.
And
It's
it
a
was
lot.
more before. It was even harder. Lagi susah, lagi
and it's
mahal.
harder to
Yeah.
find. Not many centers around. So I think because my parents always involved me in the in Naim's therapy, so that's why I was able to pick up on non-verbal cues. So I was a bit more attuned to Naim's requests and because it was a lot about body language with Naim, because he's very non-verbal, and I knew, he wants to eat. Okay, so I'll ask him, okay, what does he want? Does he want this or does he want that? Oh, I know he needs to go to the toilet. I know when he wants to go, when he's frustrated, I can sort of guess why he's frustrated. So that has really, going through all these therapies with my brother has really taught me how to take care of him in I was only a teenager, so I think it was very good of my parents to involve me in all of this for me to be able to take care of Naim until today. Yeah. And I think for Naim as well, I think he is also very comfortable with me. And he would listen to what I say. So that's why I said I'm the third parent, because he listens to what I say. And I think that makes things easier, a little bit easier.
More than your grandmother?
Yes. Only because my grandma spoils him a lot. So he gets away with a lot. But yeah, sometimes I have to be the third parent and scold him when he needs to be scolded. It's just the way it is, part and parcel of taking care of someone else, right?
That's prepared you for parenthood, hasn't it?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah,
I think so. I think you're probably a bit more prepared than maybe other new moms. But, inshallah.
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 I think growing up with Naim has taught me a lot of patience and resilience. So hopefully I could translate that into my motherhood. Also, I think, when growing up with Naim has really taught me to respect individuality. I think it's very, everyone is different in their own ways. And it has really taught me how to accept people the way they are, because sometimes they're just the way they are because that's the way they are. I mean, there's they're just a different being. And I grew up actually thinking that I could cure autism, but after a while, I realized, actually, it's just Naim's brain is wired differently, and it's not a disease. It's not something that you can fix. It's just the way. It's just the way he is. It's just he's just a different being, and we just have to accept that. Yeah.
That's a lot for us to reflect on.
Yeah, actually.
Okay.
Quite a lot to unpack.
We're so grateful for your time. Is there any last thing maybe you want to say about something from just as this opportunity that you said to unpack, right? Do you have maybe any last words? And it doesn't have to be you've given some messages and ada juga nak pesan atau sampaikan kepada siapa-siapa yang mendengar. I don't know, maybe you want to give a message to yourself. Is there something that you'd want to say to I don't know, Ibu maybe? Any parting words as we close off this episode?
I think it's very comforting to know that autism is a bit more accepted and a bit more. I mean, the awareness is much bigger now than when I was growing up, and I think more and more people are aware of what autism is all about, especially with social media and a lot of autistic parents, influencers out there, which is really helping our community. And I think
autistic voices too.
Autistic voices too.
Dulu memang kita tak dengar kan?
Yeah, and it definitely made me feel a bit more. Yeah, I could relate to people a bit more, and that has made me feel so much better as well. And I think we still have a long way to go in terms of care for autistic adults, especially like for someone like my brother. And I think we should continue my mom's legacy as to keep advocating. And I think that's all I really want to say. I mean, I'm just happy that both Auntie Anit and Auntie Nori brought me here today to speak about this, because I felt like it was a therapy session for me. I think
Nasha, I spoke about her and your mum in Brunei 2 weeks ago.
Oh yeah, you told me. Yes,
and it was so heartening because someone in the audience came up to me and said, I know Kak Feilina's younger brother because my husband's best friends with him, and I met Kak Feilina and Naim when autism was unknown, and I never knew how much she did in advocating. So that was a moment.
Really did. No, we really want to thank you for kind of being, wanting to share. It's quite brave. I'm glad that you felt that it's good for you also, because I think this can be really, really helpful, inshallah, for people who are listening.
Thank you, Auntie. Thank you.
And from all of us, we wish you a very safe, I wouldn't use the word exciting, but I would say a very safe and peaceful journey into motherhood.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
And we're always there to come and bug you.
Thank you so much, Auntie.
No, and really, if there's anything you feel that you need to tell the community, and at any point you want to reach out, we are here, and we will definitely quote you on any other episode. Willingly.
Thank you so much.
Ini pesanan daripada Kakak Nasha.
Yes, pesanan dari Kakak Nasha. Yeah. Maybe that's a whole new segment. Never mind.
Wow.
Yeah. Wait till she also is about to become Ibu. Okay, we won't do this to you yet lah. Okay? Yeah. Okay. So thank you so much, everybody. Terima kasih kerana mendengar. Seperti biasa, we're really hoping that you are not just listening to us here on YouTube and Spotify, but also follow us on our social media channels. Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. Lagi? Oh. I think we've covered
masa
it.
ini.
Yes. Please follow, share, subscribe, like, do all those things, please, because it helps us get that message out there. And you've heard today about how important awareness is. And we especially want to say today to all the siblings out there, we really, really appreciate you. And do send us your own stories maybe that could help, so that everybody will feel a little less lonely, and maybe we can talk about building that community, right? Yeah. Okay. So in the meantime, yes, Nasha.
Thank you.
All the best for this last stretch.
Thank you so
Until
much.
the baby comes, insyaAllah. Semua good, semua dipermudahkan. Dan sebaik-baik. Baik-baik saja, baik-baik saja. Alright. Bye everybody.
Bye.